Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Santa Fe models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Finding a new job is stressful. But with Indeed, it doesn't have to be. Just fill out your Indeed profile with your skills, experience, and desired salary. The more you fill out, the better your matches will be. And hearing from hiring managers will be 2 times more likely. Relax. That's your Indeed profile sending opportunities your way. Indeed, the world can work better.
Hey, Andrew, thanks for showing up in your camo hat and shooting goggles. I think the protesters you want to arrest are over there.
They're called glasses, dipshit. Maybe you should get some so you could tell what these are.
Go easy on Adam. He's a little short this morning. And I mean, he's a little guy.
Okay.
You don't
does
think
that comb
it, though.
over go all the way, Ben? To the,
comb over. No. You want to see where the hair starts here, bud? You want to see that?
I don't want
to see it.
Those plugs are coming in
be able
thick.
to because
I
you're
can't believe
looking
you got
up.
plugs.
You're looking
plugs.
up at my head. That's why you can't
all I
see
can
it.
see is that massive honker
guys,
on your face.
Look, guys, can we just hang out for one moment without insulting each other? My God.
No.
You know what? Let's get into it on today's episode of Advice Fight. Hello and welcome to another episode of Advice Fight, the competitive advice podcast. My name's Adam Caton Holland.
I'm Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orvidal.
And listen, today's episode, I think it really speaks to a matter that's near and dear to our heart, that's near and dear to maybe a lot of men our age's hearts. We had an interesting letter from a writer who says, basically, how do I hang out with dudes without making fun of each other? And you came to the right place.
Yeah, and we'll get to the actual content of the letter in a minute, but Adam is correct. I mean, you came to professionals at beating verbally just eviscerating each other constantly.
Pummeling
Professors.
I don't dare let my guard down at all. I feel tense around you guys all the time.
Good, that's the goal.
I mean, you joke, but we literally invented an earnestness horn on this podcast to navigate through the minefield of our constant insults against one another and our desperate sniffing out of one another's weaknesses from moment to moment. It's insane.
It's been near constant throughout all of it, and I'm fairly certain I'm going to need a round of intense therapy because I'm always tense around you guys. Mm-hmm. And I tend to trip over my words from time to time. I have a lisp, and boy, is that a minefield for you all.
No one in your regular life is watching your speech to see if you fuck up in any way.
Literally every word. The way you tiptoed through minefield like a cartoon coyote alone, I could see that you were really picking your way through it. And I appreciate
Well, you were just doing it right then. Like
yeah,
I
that's
could
true.
tell you.
I could tell that you were running down Riff Hill without a clear destination in mind at the end.
But you were like, just keep my feet underneath me. Do not fall. Do
running
not give
down
them
Riff
this.
Hill.
Remember when we used to
Oh no, terminal velocity.
Remember when we used to sled Riff Hill every Riff Christmas?
Oh,
So that kid died.
God.
The kid died because we built that sick jump.
On Riff Hill.
Well, we thought he could
He
clear
hit the
it
moon.
6
That kid hit the
lanes.
fucking moon.
No, it is a constant thing. Adam, you and I have talked about this where if you know people as long as we have, like if you know each other as long as you have, and you become as close as we have, the cutting gets so close,
Yes.
and the game becomes how close can you get to the bone without
Absolutely.
hitting it? Like
And that makes the game very high stakes because sometimes you hit the bone. and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm sorry.
yeah, and you're like,
I
dude,
may have
I feel
overstepped.
bad. Yeah, or somebody gets angry, and
Or
it's
someone
like,
gets angry and like maybe a day or two later you apologize because you
Right.
you can tell there's been a little rift in the riffing led to a rift.
But what's funny is if you hit the bone like that, that's the reaction. But if you do it perfectly, there's a little nod. You know what I mean? There's a little knowing look, and you're like, that was good.
It's
You were
kind of like
close.
if you're
You were
playing
close.
basketball.
I almost popped you in the face for that one, but you pulled back a little bit. You
It's
know
like
what
you
I mean?
twist your ankle and you thought ACL tear, but just a minor sprain. And
Yeah.
you're very relieved.
And you know you're just going to be limping for a few days, but you're going to be fine.
There's
You're
no
gonna be
surgery
Shake it off.
required
Shake
on
it
this
off.
one.
Yeah,
well, here's
we've
the
had-
thing, though. I agree with that. It's interesting that we're talking about this because we definitely give each other the business pretty regularly. But I would argue that is earned because we've been friends for 20 years. We're there for each other in shitty times. It's more of a brotherly relationship. There's layers to it. We're allowed to
Razzing
go
for
there
the sake of
because-
razzing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's razzing because we genuinely love the other and care about the other. I think there is a line where people do this with you before they've earned the right to do that.
Yeah,
And
that
as-
shit drives me fucking nuts.
Me too. That pisses me off. And I think as comedians, we get it a
Yeah,
lot.
I think it's
know we
because
do.
we're comedians. People
Right.
think like that is our preferred mode of conversation.
I wonder
when-
if every comedian feels like that they get that DM from some fan or some follower that they don't
Hey,
fucking know.
numbnuts.
who's like,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
funny
Yeah.
too. And you're like, you're not. And don't come at me like this.
Yeah, and then you bite at them for real and they go, I thought you were a comedian. I was just messing with you. And it's like, I don't fucking know you to be talking about my kid or like making
Yeah.
a fucking joke like that. Like,
It happens
get the
all the
fuck outta
times
here.
on the internet, which is a weird parasocial relationship anyway. But a lot of people, I know Kanane has told, we've talked about this, just these fans who are like, they think the way to a friendship shortcut is if they can just bust your balls the right way. The way we do it with each other on the podcast, they're like, they'll see that I'm clever too. And it's like, motherfucker, that's earned with my friends who I know love me. You're just a guy on the internet giving me shit.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
want this.
I think I've told this story before, but the person it was a woman that I had to block who was trying to make a joke about how fuckable my child is, like my son. I was in a photo.
And again, and that's when I don't even think Andrew and I would take on. Having earned the street cred.
I don't know.
Talk
I
about
think you
running
guys
down
have
Rip
said
Hill.
something.
Talk
I
about
think you've said something.
No way. I'll go about how you're a bad dad, about how he likes me more.
I
about
said
how
he
wanna
was
hang
into
out with
illegal
him,
street racing.
about how I go to parties with him. I'll go at all sorts of routes, but I would
Yeah,
not go
you
I
were
would
like
not go
buying
there.
drugs for him at
Yeah,
one
I mean,
point.
that's funny.
Yeah, but
I mean, Adam's done enough fake stuff, so I share your concern, Ben. But
and see, I do the same. I would never do that with your kids, but like I talk about how we rank and order your kids, or
Yes,
that one of them
yes.
is racist and the other one is not, and how does
That's
that
like
happen?
such a half truth.
It and the thing is like I do this with my son. I'm not entirely sure this is healthy behavior, but I've passed it on to my son and I take shots at each other all
Yeah.
the time. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean? And I don't know about you guys, but I think some of it is deeply rooted in this inability of men to be able to have healthy, earnest, like a lot of men to have healthy, earnest, emotional relationships with each other. But then there's this part of me that thinks it's incredibly healthy. And
Yeah, I do think a good diss done in a knowingly like fake way is kind of a way of like, as fucked up and toxic as it is, like I see you and I hear you. You like to play this way. I'm playing this way as well, and we're connecting on this level.
I think it's kind of a lost art because I was thinking about this letter and I remembered when I started comedy how the generation of comics that came before me were very good at this kind of communication. Like this guy Roger Rittenhouse. There was another guy Todd Jordan. This guy
Roger
Troy Baxley.
Rittenhouse, my
and
God.
they'd hang out at the comedy club, and the way they would insult you would be like A, very funny, but B, it would just be like very like casual. Like like you'd get off stage and Roger would come up to you and he'd be like, you'll get him next time, even when you
Yeah,
crushed.
yeah.
And you'd be like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's a classic.
Or Roger would
Classic.
come up and he'd be like, are you going up tonight? And I'd be like, yeah, I was just on stage. And he'd be like,
Great.
just missed you.
I was at a comedy club in Arizona and I had a very good set. I did very well. And when I got off, the owner goes, where do you think you lost them? And that one always makes me
I like that.
yeah, I like it because you know you did well. But a true friend, and I would argue that's not what we're talking about here.
No.
A true friend says that when you bomb. Like when you eat shit, your friend is waiting and going, wow, you're not good at this. Like, and that's what a friend does.
Yeah, absolutely. You should quit. You should stop doing that.
I don't know how many times I've messaged Adam and I've been like, man, I just fucking ate shit. Why am I doing this? Like feeling low. And Adam will respond with, you're not good at this. Just stop doing it. And it's like, that's what I needed to hear. It's like stop being a whiny crybaby. You have bad sets.
I remember, I felt good that he would insult me this way. After we finished season 1 of Those Who Can't, came back to Denver for the High Plains Comedy Festival, feeling a real high. We just wrapped our season. We're coming back to the festival I started. We're like, all hail, the Kings of Denver are back. And Anthony Jeselnik was headlining the Paramount. And I was backstage. He sold it out. I was backstage. And he was like, hey, you just did a season of TV. We're just talking. And he's like, how'd it go? And I'm so high on it. And I was like, dude, it was incredible. I was like, we had Michael Madsen was a guest, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Mark Hoppus. And he goes, all the comedy greats. And I was just like, I need it. It was just like a fucking ball bust. Like, yeah, dude, those are stars. We're comics. Fuck you.
I remember one time, I love telling these stories because they're fucking hilarious. I remember one time, Those Who Can't, season 1 is coming out. We're being flown on private jets, places we were going to like upfronts, in New York City. And we were flying out of a private jet port in Van Nuys on a beautiful jet. And I came from fucking Maine. I didn't expect any of this shit to happen. And I remember turning to Adam and I was like, oh my God, dude, we're on a fucking private jet, dude. With Seth Green. Remember Seth Green was in it? Yeah. And you turned to me and whispered, you go, I don't have time for any more of your Rube-esque realizations. And then you turned straight back to what you were doing and you weren't like, yeah, man, we're really doing it. You were like,
it's like, hey, buddy.
You were like, act the part, dude.
I can't hold your hand through the Louvre anymore. Just try to learn as much as you can.
And I think, Andrew, I'm going to say, I don't think you're as good at this. You tend to be the most earnest.
Yeah, you're terrible at disses, Andrew.
No, he can diss you. I mean, he's crawled up my ass quite a few times and left some in there that I'm like, it's still in there. I feel uncomfortable.
I got to start putting my disses in through the ear, but however they're delivered, even in suppository form.
It just got to get in your bloodstream from any access.
Yeah, as long as you're taking your diss medicine, that's all I care about.
Honestly, they say that that's the way for best absorption.
Yeah, it's fastest. It's fastest is up the ass. So.
No, but I think Andrew of the three of us tends to be the most earnest. Like I
don't know if it's that he's earnest. I just don't think he's as ready to pounce as we are at all times.
But when he does,
it's lethal.
Yes,
but I think
it hurts.
I don't think he initiates. He comes from a place of kindness more than you and I, where we'll lead with.
And I'm going to say this, and I don't want to push Andrew to the side, but I'm going to push Andrew to the side for a second. Andrew, take a knee real quick.
Ben, is there a point to any of this, or should we get to the letter?
No, I'm filling time. And
I
honestly,
think Ron already said we've filled enough time.
No, I'm doing this because Ron doesn't like it.
I don't think you know why you're doing it. I think
no. Do you think I'm meandering in fucking Riff Meadows right now?
I think you're acting out in class and you don't even know why.
That does sound like
I'm in the improv cattails, guys, and I can't see the road.
You're not tall enough to see your way out.
Is that if you want to fuck with your friends, you have to actually be a friend first. And I think
that's our own little free advice right up front.
Yeah, I think a lot of so let's read the letter, Andrew.
It's very short. This is a short one.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
Short
for
and
sure.
sweet. All right, here's a letter. It's an anonymous one. Here's my question. How do I socialize with men without casually insulting them or them casually insulting me as a way of bonding? I feel like this letter could be from anyone I know. Anyone I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
a good
this
one.
is
It's a good
interesting,
one.
and I am very excited to address this this person's letter. I wasn't going to call them a pussy.
Stop
no, I was.
it.
I'm sorry. No, that was my bad. I don't know them. You're
They're
right.
not your friend yet.
Yeah. I can't do that.
No.
Yeah, why don't we take a break, and when we come back, we'll all give our advice to this puss. Again, I did it again, and that's my bad. And I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to struggle with this.
Then can you make the sound purr instead of puss? Person.
Oh, yeah, I can. Percy. Sorry. Oh,
Percy.
God, I did it again. How does that happen? This person, we're going to address
We're going to
their
take
letter.
a break. Unless you're a Patreon, in which case you're going to hear some commercials. Unless you're a Patreon subscriber, in which case you won't hear any commercials. We have 3 levels: the Adamant level, the Andrew level, and the Pussy level. And you can join at any one of those
Nicely
to support
done.
us on Patreon.
I'll take it.
So it means a lot, truly. Thank you to everyone.
Yeah, you guys
numbers are growing,
rule.
and we love that. Thank you. It helps us be artists in this horrible time for comedians who have a soul. So please keep supporting us, and we appreciate it. We'll take a break. We will be back with some advice fighting.
Stay tuned.
I beat you to it.
No.
It's kind of a jinx.
Have you ever spotted McDonald's hot, crispy fries right as they're being scooped into the carton? And time just stands still. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
Because you were all afraid
Yeah,
of him.
Ron, that was the
That
joke
was
of
the
the
joke.
episode.
That's the
Jesus
joke, Ron.
fucking Christ.
Fucking
When you
Ron, shut the
explain
fuck
joke,
up.
It ruins the joke.
We are back.
We are back. Ron's mansplaining our own jokes to us from previous episodes, and it sickens us.
I wasn't around.
I'm going to give you all just a little piece of advice. If you ever start a
the
podcast,
point
get
of
a
this podcast.
podcast producer with a sense of fucking humor.
Because you're gonna have to teach him everything if you don't.
It's like get a dog that's already house trained.
My
get
God,
a producer
yes.
with a sense of humor already.
Send a
because-
producer off to a kennel that disciplines him into a humor over a course of 3 months, and then bring in
That is good, Adam.
Bring in that producer.
That is
to
so
your home.
good because humor is discipline,
Oh,
isn't
yes.
You guys have been rubbing my nose in your stink for so many years.
All
it?
right.
Yeah,
Shut
smell
up,
my stink.
Ron.
Suck my
Ron.
stink.
We don't have
Suck
time.
it. Suck my stink.
So this is competitive advice. If
Right.
you're somehow just now new to this podcast, this is not normal advice. We're not just here to simper over advice cooperatively. We want to win, and it's a 3-way tie. We each have 5 wins.
No, 6
Adam
wins.
won,
I thought it was
There's a
six,
market
including the
beast.
tie. Including the
six.
tie.
You,
Six,
you,
yeah,
you
6
got to
wins.
just stop. We're just including the tie. We're not
You
going to talk
include
about
it. It's a
Maria
W.
anymore.
It's a
Okay.
W.
It's
Then we
6.
each get an additional win of 6.
Maria
Yeah,
Thayer did
great.
a tie. It was a dark
Maria
moment in advice fight
and,
history.
and this actually probably relates to this episode. There are very few people that have gotten it as bad as Maria Thayer.
And that's because we
picked
all
on
love
Maria.
her.
Yes, we
And
love
so-
her deeply.
so we
but
just
she's also
destroy
a
her.
bad person.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we should.
That might lead into it. Okay, so so we're all tied at 6 wins. It's a dead
It's
even
the mark
heat
of the beast.
in
Oh,
an advice
yeah.
fight, and I won the last episode, so that means
Yes.
that I go last, and I get
Through
to determine the
fear
order.
and intimidation. Let's
Whatever.
be clear.
A W is a W. I get to decide who goes first.
And now we're neck on neck, so the politics are kind of out the window because there's
Did you
no-
say neck on neck?
We're necking.
Yeah.
We're all fucking.
Now we're necking.
Now we're making out, dude.
It's a
Now
3-way
we're
neck
hot and
fest.
heavy.
Hey, listeners out there, imagine us 3-way kissing. Andrew,
Yeah, that
myself,
always
and
works.
Adam. in a fucking New York rave club 3-way kiss.
Yeah.
Ben and Adam are kissing, and then very slowly I come in like an unmoored zeppelin, out of control, just right in between them. Just trying to get a little bit of each.
Oops, Andrew's
mouth.
here.
and then a bouncer just escorts all three of us out of the
Room
club.
for, no, I murmur, room for one more as I come in. The scratching of my beard on your faces, very slow.
I don't like this one. This is my least favorite. I can feel your beards.
Because you have knocked Ben off guard with that riff, Ben must go now. Ben must go first.
Wow. Okay, Ben. So again, the question, how do I socialize with men without casually insulting them or them casually insulting me as a way of bonding? You're gonna have 3 minutes. And when you hear this sound, hey there, silver tits, that means it's time to wrap it up.
Silver tits. Okay.
Yeah, not all Jerky
Not
Boys
gold.
riffs.
I mean, they're
work
good
the
tits,
same.
but they're not gold medal tits. They're
I just think
second
Andrew's
place
getting back
tits.
into robot porn.
Dude, have you been fucking getting in on the computer, Jennies? Is that what you got?
Robot porn.
You know he loves RoboCop and Terminator and shit. I'm sure Andrew's done a
Dude,
search.
Andrew has a cachet of
do
just
not.
hard RoboCop porn. I bet. I
Andrew,
bet.
let's
you do.
ignore how Ben pronounced cash and let him do his advice.
Cachet is, you can say it.
No, that's like a cultural
say it.
cachet or social cachet. It's a cache of porn. But
I
Ben,
can't.
why don't-
I'm French.
Why don't you start the clock,
I'm
Andrew?
fucking French.
Let's just plow right through it.
Get Monsieur into the octagon here. All right, Ben.
Don't call me Monsieur.
Allez, Ben. Allez, Ben.
3, 2, 1. Advice.
I'm going to pull if anybody listened to the live episode from High Plains where we had Josh Gondelman on the episode, I'm going to pull a Gondelman here, and I'm going to be very quick. The question is, how do I socialize with men without casually insulting them or them casually insult me as a way of bonding? You can't. Wow. That's it. That's the only answer. You're not going to, it's not going to happen. Not in our culture. Thank you. That's it.
Ben knows about the culture because he has the cachet to pull it off.
Dude, I have my cachet sachet, which is when I walk with my
Cachet sachet.
when I walk carrying my.
It's just when you're finally proud of your ability to comment as an expert on something, you do your cachet sachet.
Ben's doing his cachet sachet.
It means
Give
he's
him a
confident.
minute.
Yeah.
The room is silent, just my feet shuffling along the floor.
No, I think Ben's qualified to talk about this. He's done comedy for 20 years, and Ben just takes a lap, sashaying around the green room. That's his cachet sachet.
Yeah.
There it
He's
is.
French.
Producer Rana's doing it. It looks good.
I love the cachet sachet.
Yeah, that's my answer. You can't.
Okay.
It's not going to fucking happen. Not in our culture. Not if you're a dude and it's your dude friends. I'm sorry. You can try and try and try. At some point, they're going to take a shot at you. You're going to fire back. It's going to happen. You can't. Just have fun with it. That's the correct answer. Stop overanalyzing it.
I like how Ben's like, I'm going to go short and sweet, and then I'm going to babble up the rest of my time after the buzzer sounded. Stop.
What are you talking about? I'm
Stop.
allowed to
Your
do that
time's
because
done.
I didn't use a lot of time, and now Ron is
When you
giving
say
me the
you're done
stretch it
and
out.
Ron puts in the in sound, you are done.
I'm not
You can't be
Everyone
like,
knows at the bottom of Riff Hill is Babel Creek.
Yes,
And Ben's
Babel Creek. It's
tromping around in it right now.
But we always
Looking
talk
for
about it, and we
crawdads.
always insult ours. And you both know that you're going to be digging for something funny for yours because the only answer is that this is just going to happen. So you both can
That's not
now
true.
fumble
It's not
fuck your
true.
way through
I
some
said about to
improv.
find out.
You've taken up enough time with your short and sweet answer.
Do not point your fucking pen at me. like
It's
that.
from Comedy
as if you
Works.
were-
It's a major club. Heard of it?
Oh, that's why producer Ron has one. The unfunniest human being alive has one. Now, excuse me.
Ron's been doing New Talent Night. He's getting funnier.
I've been doing this 22 years. Excuse me while I sashay
All right,
around the studio.
Sashay away, Ben. Cachet, sashay away. Andrew, it is your time to step into the octagon, the riff octagon.
Watch your head. Because in this fantasy, you're a big guy, not a little guy. Now you
I thought I was going through like a dog door. But
No.
thank you.
Nope. In this one, you're a big guy. You get to be a big guy in our fantasies. All right. Now he's in there. You're locked in the octagon. Andrew, are you ready? Are you feeling excited?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Advice.
All right. I think a big part of handling the constant insults is maybe understanding why they're happening, and take a look at like when your guy friends are insulting you. I would bet, I would make a cash bet that this is happening when there are more people around. I bet your interactions with these guys are different when it's just you and them than when you're around other guys. And the reason for this, if I can call back to my favorite anthropologist, Desmond Morris, is something called status play.
You are
called
fucking
status
asshole.
play.
You don't have a favorite anthropologist. He's the only.
I only have one, and that's
Yeah,
why he's
exactly.
my favorite.
To be fair, I can't name an anthropologist. Maybe Jane
I know.
Goodall?
I'm not saying he's not better than we are. I'm just saying that's the only one he knows.
And hence my favorite. But this is something called status play, where these
Oh, I love
guys.
that. That's my
shut
favorite.
up. Where these guys are. We have social status.
Neck on neck.
Yeah,
As
you do.
back-
And you're like, I'm above you. Oh, fuck yeah.
This is
I'm
going
below
into my
you.
bonus time. No, this is going into my bonus time. You can finish
All right,
up.
all right.
Your bonus
Thank you.
time's going to suck too, so it doesn't really fucking matter. So keep going.
Thank you. So as like social pack animals, we all have this status, even if it's very subtle and even if it's unstated. And this way of status play is a way of either checking your status, trying to raise it, testing it with yourself, things like that. And that's why it changes when there's more people around. When there's just you and one other guy, you're hardwired for cooperative mode. So the bullshitting with each other maybe goes way down, and you're able to have more kind of earnest interactions with each other. So that's why it's changing. And once you can kind of understand that, you're like, oh, that's why we're all being like little chimpanzees in this room together, because this is the game that humans play when they're all gathered together. But the way to avoid it is to not
Thank God.
feed it in the same way you wouldn't put a fire out with kerosene. If you don't want to play the game, just don't give them anything. Just be silent. Just don't acknowledge it. Just if they're riffing you, if they're teasing you, if you don't like it, just don't give them anything more.
Cool answer.
This
No.
person wants
I'll
to
rip it
socialize
apart.
with men without casually insulting them or them casually insulting me. Just don't play that game, and you will literally help guide their interactions with you to doing it less, because they'll be like, that's not how I relate to that person, that's not our mode of communication. And will it change with everyone? No, you can't change with everyone. And maybe in some ways it will be a little bit more subtle, but you can change it, and you change it just by not playing the game with it to encourage them. So that's my advice.
Awesome. Well, Andrew's done. Andrew's advice is become the friend no one wants to hang out with. That's pretty easy, right, Adam? I mean, I think it's kind of a good piece of advice. Like, become the boring guy that can't take
if
a
nobody
fucking
wants to
joke.
hang out with you, no one's insulting you, and you're not
Yeah,
insulting
that's a
anyone if you're
great
alone.
fucking idea,
Yeah, see,
dude.
problem solved.
So only hang out with one
The
person.
boring guy doesn't want to talk through insults with me. I think we're finding out the Ben is that guy. The more he responds to this advice.
You're literally doing it right now. You can't fucking stop. And you're proving my theory, because you could have approached that earnestly, but you didn't. You chose to take a shot at me because that's what we do. And because you're doing your status play, which sounds like a sexual kind of kink. Like there's role playing, right?
I think it's back to the robot porn. It's like, what is your status? It asks Andrew that. And Andrew types in his status, and he's like, rock hard.
Yeah.
And then they have, and then it's like Andrew does what he does.
It's such bullshit, dude. You can't even do it when defending your own point.
I could do it. I wasn't trying to prove it.
Okay, you weren't trying to prove your own fucking point here because it's impossible.
No, because I have no problem with the way we interact on this podcast.
Because there's nothing wrong with it. It's fucking playful. It's fun. It's what we do. You can't not.
Yeah, but if
do
I
it
didn't like it, I wouldn't contribute to it. I wouldn't give you anything. That's how I.
But we could, if I could fucking fly, if I could shoot fucking lasers out of my. You can go with if, and then there's what is.
Yeah, but I'm saying if real things, and you're using insane examples.
I'm saying this is an insane example.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not.
It's not going to fucking happen. This is how human beings, and especially people in our culture, sarcasm is fun. It's our way of chumming. It's verbal wrestling and playing around and grab-assery. Adam, I hope you have something good, because give me something to believe in, bud. Give me something, please.
All right, I'll do the best I can.
Get into the Toctagon.
Get into the Toctagon.
And you don't need to watch your head. You can stand straight up because you're a little guy getting in there. You get in there. That crossbar is 5'8". You're 5'7". You skim right underneath.
I actually run like an ape with my knuckles. I kind of knuckle run in there.
Adam is now in the Toctagon. Adam, are you ready for your advice? Are you?
I am ready. I am
All
ready.
right, here we go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Advice.
Ben, you were talking about how this is like a cultural thing and sarcasm, something that we like and so on. And I think that's right. And I think that culture is a culture of privilege. This is first world stuff. We're hanging out at the barbecues. We're fucking grab-assing. We're nut-tapping. We're bowling with our friends. Just fucking giving each other some shit. You got to take that away, because that is a comfortable, privileged place where we can all fuck with each other. But if you are in the fucking shit, there's no time to insult or be insulted. It's about
what do you mean in the shit?
Pure
Please
survival.
Give us an
Here's
example.
what you do. You get your group of boys together. You propose a backpacking trip, 2 weeks. Into the great outdoors. You're going to lead. And if you don't have expertise at doing this, pretend that you do. And then bring not enough food. Throw your compass out the window. No maps. Now you're fucking in it. And are you really think you're going to insult Keith and how he bought a stupid new fucking motorcycle? No, not at all. You're worried about food. You're worried about water. You're worried about not freezing at night. You're worried about fucking mountain lions. You're out there. And eventually, it could get to the point where now you're eating each other. Okay?
Wow, that was fast.
And that, if you've read enough,
how quickly?
Books,
if
you've read enough
I'm with
books
Andrew.
of
It's
of
a
people
2-week
sailing
trip.
across the world,
It's 2 weeks and
I
you're already
guarantee day
fucking
12, you start in. And it's never we don't like him. It's you're sad to do it. You're mortified to do it, but it's a survival thing.
Can I ask you a question? Do these people know
And
they're
here's
getting
another
out
thing.
after 2 weeks?
Here's
Because
another thing. It doesn't have to just be backpacking. You could set out on a trip to Cancun with the boys and find some way to make the plane crash. And now you're really in a survival situation. And I guarantee you, when your back's against the fucking wall, when you got to see what you're made of, are you going to insult your friends, or are you going to work together to survive? And I think when you come out at the end of that, on the other side, when you get together, there's not a lot of fucking insults going back and forth. I think both of you are just maybe having a drink and staring out towards the horizon together and sort of sharing that quiet space of what you've been through when you knew what it was to be a man, when you proved that you were a man through survival.
By eating Keith, that piece of shit.
You don't say that because if you've read any
but it's
cannibalism
implied.
stuff, you know they feel incredible remorse. But it is about survival. Get the boys out of their comfort zone. Stop being such fucking assholes with your beers and koozies and having laughs.
This isn't 3 minutes.
Get
yet.
out in the fucking
Producer
woods.
Ron. How
See
is
what
this?
you're
He
made
still
of.
has 5 seconds.
Are you serious?
See what you're made of. And I think you'll find you're made of something that's other than insults.
Time.
Okay.
I think
It's great.
you'll find you're made of something other than insults.
It's great, Adam. First of all, when they went out for 2 weeks, Did they know it was going to only be 2 weeks? Because it seems weird that they would get to day 12 and then eat each other with only 2 days left. You'd think they could survive.
No, Ben, they went out for like a casual expedition. Let's go backpacking for a couple days. And it turned into fucking a life or death situation. Because you made it turn, because you orchestrated it to get out of this insult zone.
I mean, this sounds like a reality show I'd watch.
Who would we eat first?
Of us three?
Producer Ron.
Yeah, like who would you eat first? And include producer Ron. Of course, it'd be Ron. We would dine on
It's
the three of us.
whoever dies first. That's who you.
Yes,
eat
but
first.
conveniently, who's going to die first?
Me. I mean, it's probably definitely.
You're gonna die first.
I'm gonna have a panic attack. You guys know this. I'm gonna have a panic attack.
The anxiety might spin you out.
Yeah, but it won't kill you. It'll just make you insufferable, and you might have yourself a little accident falling off of a cliff.
I don't want to eat Adam, and I don't want to eat Andrew. Honestly, getting through Andrew's skin could be. It's not even that it's like thick or leathery. It's that he uses a lot of lotions and creams.
So it's
and
wet.
It would be it's wet, and there's like it's an aromatic taste to it.
Gross.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, you are gross, and you do cream up a lot.
That's not true.
Yeah,
if
you
anything,
are.
I should be moisturizing more.
No, I watch you. You're always like doing this with
You
your
watch
hands,
me? What,
like
you
a
up in
little
the tree,
housefly.
second
Can I just point out how we're not insulting each other? We're just talking about
reality.
How we would eat one another.
Ben's insulting me. Says I have over moist, fragrant skin.
Well, he's just saying practically that would not be who he'd eat.
I think if I removed the skin, I would be fine. So I think I would flay Andrew. I would remove the skin, and then underneath is a salty, snacky thing because he eats a lot of snacks. So there'd be a lot of. It would almost have a Dorito like texture underneath. He's not a
The
strong.
meat has a Dorito.
He's not a strong boy. Adam, join me. Join
Well, I
me.
think
Adam.
you've got a plant. You certainly got a plant-based taste, Ben. You've got so I think yours is a healthy quality of meat because you only put in mostly good stuff into your body.
I am not a healthy cut of meat. You're making a
No,
mistake.
that's why I'm saying I think yours would be the Popeyes chicken of people. You know, it would you'd be like, I want more of this, and this is hitting my reward center.
Well,
hard.
I think I've proven that my advice really bears thinking about because already we're thinking about it.
Yeah, we are talking about it. That's an interesting point you've brought up. Well, we all have our advice here. We've all given our advice, and we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go to the Act 3 where the most important part. We've already given advice. Now the most important part is here where we crown a winner. So we're going to vote after this. But in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. Once again, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Grolic Saves. And we will be right back in 1 minute. Stay tuned.
This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
We are back. It is the third act. It is time to crown a winner. Boys, would you like to do your own recaps? I know there's been a little bit of drama. Somebody else recaps yours, and I understand.
Sorry, I'm a professional recapper.
That can taint the voting. So, Ben,
Andrew, it's
Ben,
just
you
I
went
think
first.
you put a little bit of your own opinions in there. That's all I'm
Maybe.
saying.
Ben, what was your advice to this letter writer?
My advice was don't stop doing it. This is a form of affection. It's verbal wrestling. Every culture does it, and it is very big in our culture. Sarcasm is huge. Don't stop it. Just embrace it and enjoy it because it's a sign of love. And as producer Ron pointed out real quick, he said, that was when I knew you guys liked me, was the first time you guys started insulting me on a text thread. And it's like, yeah, you're part of the group now. You do
Ben,
it when you feel
your recaps
comfortable.
are getting longer than your advice. Andrew, what is yours?
Shut up.
Mine was understand why it's happening, and then if you don't want to participate in it, don't feed it.
Great. See how quickly he did that, Ben? And now you're
I
trying
understand,
to talk
but
again.
what's that?
And now you're trying to talk.
Oh, I'm not trying to talk. What was that?
Adam,
My
yours?
advice
What was that, Adam?
was get out of
What were you
this
doing?
comfort zone of grab-assing insults. Get out into the fucking woods in a survival situation. See what you're made of. And I bet you it's something other than insults.
Nice. Okay, we can only vote once, so we can't vote for
ridiculous.
ourselves.
Why
we
did you
vote,
say nice? That wasn't nice.
We vote. I liked it.
You pander so fucking hard to him. Have you ever
pander?
noticed? No,
Andrew panders.
It's called playing the game, you
were
idiot.
okay with that. You were like, I pander to him. Oh, yeah. No, that,
Oh, yeah, no, he panders to me all the time.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I just want to be clear because we're status playing right now, and I want to make sure.
There's some status play going on.
So we can only vote once. We can't vote for ourselves. We'll vote in the same order we dispensed advice in. Ben, who are you voting for?
Oh, God, I fucking hate this. I hate this.
You knew it was
so
coming.
much.
Yeah, we gotta have a guest so we can stop voting for each other.
Well, it's like, do I go for funny or do I go for first year anthropology student at Red Rocks Community College? So,
Hey, more credits than you have, bud.
oh, the status play is hot today.
The status play is fucking high wire.
Yeah, dude. People
Next
come
time
into
you're in a green room and everyone's insulting each other, just say that the status play in here is out of control, and then just leave.
people come into the room and they're like, it's humid in here and there's a smell in the air, and you're like, the status play, baby. We've been. I'm going to say, I'm going to go earnest on this one. I'm going to vote for Andrew on this one because I do think if you just can't accept that that's part of it and just to let go of some of your guilt of that, I would say if you can't accept that, then just don't play along with it. I think that's the actual real advice. Just be an earnest person. And when they do it, respond back earnestly. And then people will know that that's just not who you are if it makes you uncomfortable. So I think the second best and realist advice on this one would be Andrew. That's my vote for Andrew.
Wow, unexpected. What if every time someone insulted you, you just said, I love you, man? How disturbing would that be? How quickly would they stop?
Like
How quickly would they stop insulting you? Man, I love you, dude.
I know people like that. When you do it,
real.
they're like, fuck, you're funny. You know what I mean? And you're like, no, stop it. Hit me back.
Gross. Gross.
It's great. It's very, that's great advice right there.
All right, Andrew, you're up. What do you got?
Okay, gosh. Ben kind of teased something that I was more interested in about how it's actually kind of like showing love between people. But Adam described a movie that I'd like to write. So I'm voting for Adam just out of this insane idea of 4 ball-busting buds who go on a backpacking trip and have to resort to
Eating each other
cannibalism
2
on
days
day
short of
12.
their pickup.
On day 12, when their
2 days
body
short of a
hasn't even
planned
hit its
pickup.
own fat reserves yet.
I didn't even get to how quickly they try to drink their own piss. I didn't even get to that.
Oh, that's 4 hours in. Yeah, they're already filtering it through a
They went
stock.
Coach Fairbell on it, and
Exactly.
It's immediate.
All right. Well, if you
So I'm
think
voting
that-
Adam.
I know we all have to get out of here quick, so I'm going to just say this quickly. If you think that I'm not going to trigger a tie to unlock producer Ron in this situation when he's just newly back, you're fools. I'll vote for Ben. Tie triggered.
Wow.
Ron, what do you say?
Oh no! Oh no!
Wow.
Oh no! I have a meeting in like literally 1 minute.
Well, then it should be an easy decision. Winch.
Big zooming noises.
Winch.
He's been up in the attic. Pull the crawl space door down. Get that like spring-loaded door down. There it is. Oh no, there's bats.
I think Andrew is right that if you don't want it to go on, if you don't want to participate, that you just don't do it and it won't happen to you. But I do think it can cause damage to your relationships with other people if you do that. Just understand, if you're the earnest guy all the time, people might treat you differently and you might not get to the inner circle with that. But if you're cool with that, Andrew's advice is great. Adam's advice is hilarious. And I do think that sometimes people who go through major traumatic situations, they treat each other different when they go through shit. And you know when they're busting balls that it comes from a place of love because you've already been through a really hard thing. Therefore, I vote for me because my
Not-
summaries were
no.
better than yours. I
You
win.
can't. You
Nope.
can't do that.
You can't
One
do
of us
that, and
do-
I swear
no.
to
This
fucking
whole
God,
podcast falls
I swear to
apart if
God,
you do that,
you-
Rob.
I'm
if you
driving
do
over
that,
to-
you are striking.
You came back
You are
from Italy
striking.
with this socialism,
You guys are
and we
tied
hate
at
it.
666 right now, and it's so like poetic and perfect, and I want to like keep you there longer, and I don't know how to do that. I have to make a decision, don't
Yep.
I? All right.
You have to go to a meeting.
Or we end the pod.
Can we do that?
You know that mine is the best.
If you don't make a decision,
literally-
the pod's over
listen,
right now.
Producer
Hold on, let's
Ron,
keep the listeners on the edge of the seat.
Ben, I would be voting for you right now, but you said your advice was you can't, and that's not advice, and that's the only reason why I'm not voting for you. I've made a decision there.
I did not. I did not.
You
I
said
expounded
you
on
said
it
I'm
a
going to
lot
be like
more
Josh
after my time was
Gondelman. My
over.
advice is you can't.
You
Boom,
can't. It's
done.
in fucking
That's
possible.
not
to
advice.
come back around.
Ben's out. Quit wasting
Ben's out.
time.
Ben's eliminated. So now it's between
Fucking hate this podcast.
real or funny,
Why don't you
real
fucking
or
hate it?
funny,
Go away then. Why
real
don't you
or
leave?
funny.
I'm not going to leave. I need the money.
I'm gonna flip an imaginary coin here. Oh, here
Oh,
I actually
you
have a Casa Bonita
Fine.
coin.
Great.
We're gonna decide this way. Casa Bonita,
So
the castle. Heads up is Adam. Nope. Andrew wins. Andrew wins by flipping.
I won on a
because-
coin
So
flip. Wow.
Stupid.
Yeah,
It
coin
feels good
flip.
to-
And
There
this
you
is
go.
why.
And now I have
Give
to
great
go.
advice.
Bye,
And
Ron.
this is.
Hey, you
did
think
you
I'm just
just
gonna
say
give
goodbye?
a win away? I'm gonna fucking try till the bitter end, and if it comes down to a Casa Bonita coin flip, I'll take the loss.
You are such a fucking simp, dude. You're a simp for wins. You have no.
Yes, I am.
You have,
Have you noticed that this is a competitive advice podcast and it is about winning? Have you noticed that?
I can't even, dude. The way you were like, yes, flip the coin. It's not, it's what it does is it strikes at the very foundation of our credibility as a group and as scientists. And I cannot believe you of all people, Adam.
Sometimes
you of all
scientists
people.
revert to a coin flip. You know, they're in the lab. They're like,
100%.
fuck, we got to go. Just flip a coin and we'll see which
Just
hypothesis
a
we
T-Rex
go
or a
with.
Triceratops.
Who gives a fuck, Larry? It's
Flip a
happy
fucking
hour
coin.
ends in 20 minutes.
We're to Kansas City's museum in an hour.
Why are you guys talking about dinosaurs during
paleontologists.
happy hour?
Yeah, we went from doctors to paleontologists. We're diverse in our
All
specialties.
scientists.
You lost me on that one. Well, that was such bullshit. Producer Ron can go and get fucked on that one. Fuck you guys.
Man, why don't you sashay away? And I'd like to thank producer Ron for
You
your
know
help
what's
producing
what's
this.
what's been funny about all of this is that you guys throughout all of this episode have proven my point that we cannot. You can't do it. We have not.
Yeah, but we haven't been
stopped
trying
insulting
not
each
to
other.
do
We're
it.
not trying
It's not like
to,
a
but
challenge.
I'm fine with how this.
That'd be a funny episode. Is
We
if
could
we
do an act
challenged
4
ourselves an act
to
4
challenge
without
not
insulting each
zero
other.
razzing, only earnest.
Yeah.
We'll
Yes.
do it. We'll do it on an act 4.
God, could you imagine? It'd be so weird. Oh, this is going to be
can't-
funny.
Yeah.
We'll pivot to
Yeah.
a fully Christ-centric podcast after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
In his love, the Christ-centric
You're so
comedy podcast.
Fucking
And
funny, guys.
We can finally enjoy some
you
financial
guys
success.
are fucking funny.
Big thanks to shut up. Big thanks to our letter
See,
writer.
He can't not do it.
We're not doing it right now.
He's
We
trying
said
to
we'd
the
do it for an act
credits.
4.
You're doing it.
I'm trying to do it. Look,
I'm trying to
doing it,
end
and he
the
wants to
episode,
see
you
he's getting
maniac.
angry
I'm
because
trying to end
to do it.
the
I
episode.
think
I
sad
understand
is
it.
your need for status play, Ben. Andrew's comfortable with his status, so he's just doing the business of the pod.
Well, you've been fucking status edging me, and I'm ready to play. I'm not gonna. You guys have been
Andrew's
taking
like,
me, and
I'm
ready.
good, and you're thirsty.
I am status thirsty, and I'm ready for some
Andrew,
status
go
play.
ahead. Proceed with the credits.
Andrew,
Big
I think you have
thanks
a
to our
really
letter
nice
writer.
voice.
Big thanks to our letter writer.
Thank you,
for
letter writer. Thank
if
you.
you're out there and you want us to tackle something, we're everything. We're paleontologists. We've read one anthropology
Yes.
book. We're basically doctors. Send us your issue. We would love to tackle it. What do you all have that you want to hype coming up? I'll go first. Fuck it. If you're listening to this the day it comes out, tomorrow night, I'll be at Ratio Brewing. And if you're in Boulder on July 18th, they're doing a special Lucha Libre and Laughs at the Boulder Theater, and I'm going to be doing comedy on that. And that show is insane.
Yeah.
And it's not Libres, by the way, y'all. It's Libras. It's actually wrestling wrestlers who were born between the months of whenever
know the
Libras
Libra
are born.
months.
No,
Oh,
I
gotta
don't know.
finish the riff.
I know. It would have been fucking amazing.
But it would have been a good riff.
It would have been a hot riff, but I don't know.
I knew where you were
astrology that
going.
well.
I knew.
But
Face
Lucha
on
Libras
Battle
is
Creek.
awesome.
God damn
What did I say?
You
What did
said
I say?
Lucha Libras. It's Lucha Libre.
Lucha Libre and laughs.
Lucha
Libre.
You put an A on it, not an E, like Libre. You said Libra, kind of. And Ben pounced because it was more status play. But he crashed into Babel Creek face first. So it's okay.
God. Ben, I love you, dude.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds weird. Adam, what do you got?
Guys, I'm getting on an airplane. I'm bound for Northern California. July 10th, Petaluma. July 11th, Sacramento. July 12th, Oakland. If you're in those areas, come on out to the show, especially SF in Oakland. Last time I was in San Francisco, I had a lot of people coming out to the show. I'd love to see you guys across
Those shows
the
are
bay
rad.
in Oakland.
Grindhouse Comedy crushes it. Those dudes are the best. Those shows are, you're going to have a blast, dude.
I can't
Those
wait.
shows
So,
kick ass.
yeah, if you're in Northern California, come on out. Don't be that guy who 3 days later is like, you're funny. You ever come to Northern California? That breaks our heart every time. Just come out now.
Michael and Ethan, good people over there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, if you're listening when this episode comes out this weekend, I will be at the Rialto in Friday and Saturday night in Casper, Wyoming. Come on out, listen to some comedy, say hi. Also, I just want to plug this as well. August 1st and 2nd and 3rd, we will be at the Recess Records Romp. Spells will be. If you're in Los Angeles, that's in San Pedro, right in PD. If you're in LA, come down and see us. Spells is going to be playing some rock and roll in the LA area. You got to come out. Everybody's like, when Spells coming to LA? We are. Come and see us. Get your tickets now. All of that is down in the show notes. You can see our websites are down there. Get your tickets to these and more. And a big thank you to producer Ron for fucking ruining all scientific and heuristic credit and credibility that we had prior to this. And thanks for your help recording the live show. That is going to be Mike Henderson, I think, who records
right, Plan
that
9
show.
Sound.
Plan
We
9 Sound.
appreciate that. Thank you to Legal Pete's, our sponsor. Thank you to you Patreon folks for doing this. What a fun
my
episode,
God,
guys.
we love you. You can follow us everywhere you want at Grawlix Comedy. We're all over the place. We're soiled the socials with our presence. We have
And with our
positively
status
soiled.
play. And if you like us and you want to be friends with us, don't just blindly bust our balls on social media. It's the quickest way to make us not like you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's an episode contractually obligated. We put together an episode. Producer Ron ruined it. It is now 766, which is crazy. For Andrew on a technicality, a coin flip. We'll see if we can fix this
Nothing
next
technical about it, bud. A win's a win.
Especially with a Casa Bonita coin. I was almost, if Ron was like, this counts for 2 wins because it's Casa Bonita, I'd have been like, all right. And it would have been high stakes.
Tracks.
We forgot to thank him during the credits, but I'm going to say it right now. Charlie Continental. Play us out right now, Charlie.
Ben, are you okay?
No.
Those credits were insane.
Yeah.
The way you were going.
That was the MC Escher of credits. Stairwell, 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 stairwell.